Hey, I am Celiane the Voice, and I am creating kind of a new content behind the scenes of Celiane the Voice called Celiane Unmasked. And what I'm going over are kind of my vocal practices, being real with you. I have been a singer all my life. I would say 41 years, 46. But that doesn't mean I haven't always needed practice. That doesn't mean that I always agreed with the voice I had. There's a lot of things that go into being a performer and being a singer. There's a lot of mental things that go on. And I wanted to share my experience with you. Be real with you. A lot of times you see celebrities and people performing and singing, and you see the perfected side, right? I love when I watch documentaries and I see the real person. And my team was like, you need to show Celiane for real. And I'm like, oh. I didn't want to be vulnerable like that. However, I decided that, you know what? That's okay. Because that's 100% me. So I am Celiane the Voice. I am a middle-aged disabled performer who creates her own style based on her voice. So let's talk about the voice a little bit. I've been singing since I was 5 years old. And for some reason, my voice's chosen path was opera. Actually along with my mother. And my voice fit right into it. In particular, Italian opera. And I love singing Italian arias. I do. And it was funny because when I started out singing Italian and French and German Latin and things like that, my voice was just made for Italian. Like, just stiff right on there. But the payoff for that was everything that I sing, you can tell I'm an opera singer. And I've been through the mental, because I started when I was, started seriously training when I was 17. Because at that time, we were told, don't start seriously training until your voice is set, because it's going to change. Now, some voice teachers don't agree with that. I do. And for me, it worked. When I started singing, it was the more bel canto style. It was not the SLS that they have now. And I have so much muscle memory in bel canto style that when I get new teachers now, they want the SLS, but my vocal cords, my muscle memory does not like it. It does not like singing in chest. And back in the day, that's when they were like, that's how we know you're a soprano. But my voice is different in that, coloratura sopranos, which are the ones that have very bird-like voices, sing the very high notes. Mine is unique in that I sing the very high notes, coloratura range, and very low. But I do not have the bird voice. I have a dramatic lyric voice. Stylings, tone, timbre, everything. And when I try to change over to SLS style, it was not, the concept was helpful, but we didn't like it. Still don't like it. It's not for me. And I noticed that. And me and voice teachers used to have it out because I know my voice. I know what it's done, but I will say they were right in this aspect. At the age of 46, I still do not know what the full voice can do. That's the cool part. It's like, it's turning that corner where it's like, okay, we're aged, right? And doesn't want to learn anything new, but it's like, no, baby, you can still learn something new. So, what I do is I'm working actively on the breath. That's actually the weakest thing, for me. And I work on the sound training. So I do that through singing other people's songs, but I'm listening for tone. I'm listening to be on notes. So some of the recordings you'll hear from me, they're not going to be perfect. I'm not meaning for them to be perfect. I am not meaning to be a singer that comes out that I have all the answers vocally, that I am vocally perfect, and that I can't make mistakes. Yes, I do. Yes, I will. um, and that's just me. Um, as a singer and a performer, I love performing. I love that stage. I do. That's why I fight for it so hard. I love that stage. Growing up black with the voice I have has not been easy. My grandmother used to ask me, when you gonna sing black? I said, Nana, there are black singers in opera. Yeah, but you know, when you gonna put some soul in that voice? And I'm like, Nana, I'm endowed with what I'm endowed with. She'd be like, okay. She just look at me and be like, okay. But she would smile, you know. It wasn't until college in my 20s I started to put some soul in it. Still operating. Still operating. So you'll hear that when I hold notes. Even in my shows, you're going to hear that from regular songs. So song selection for me is very important, because not every song sounds right with an operatic tone, in my opinion. But there have been some beautiful musicians that have taken rock songs and rap songs and have just made them beautiful classic renditions because they knew how to do it. Beautiful. I'm just like, man. See, for me, music is not only my healer. Music's my man. That's my man. Any relationship I have comes second to that. I'm sorry. Just like any musician that plays an instrument, I play my instrument. I love my instrument. I love where it comes from. And we're working on, in essence, making love to each other. It's like we've had a 46-year or 46-year relationship and still ain't touched each other properly. Because we've been friends. And now we're moving into the romanticism. Long time. And what I mean by that is, and some of you will understand what I say when I say this. What I say by that is, my voice has a mind of its own. It does what it wants to do. If I sing something a particular way, it'll be like, no, we don't like that. Change it. It will do what it wants to do. Despite what my body's trying to do, despite what my mind is trying to do, despite what my muscles are trying to do, it will do what it wants to do. It will produce sounds it wants to produce. And I've learned it's become an intuitive thing. Like, okay, you think it's sung this way, it's actually sung this way. So we're learning to be in sync with each other. Instead of me always leading it is a partnership. Just like with the divine, it's a partnership. So there are many lessons I'm learning with my voice. Then you have the technique of singing, technique of breathing. Because I just look at those two things. They're together, but I look at them separately. Because in my mind, there's so many different things I got to work on. So they'll be like, okay, placements here, tone, let's check it. I'm hearing, and it's different because, you know, you're getting through bone conduction in your own, so it's different from the sound waves in the air, bouncing back off of things. But I'll sit up and I'll listen, and I'm like, okay. But, you know, each note, as my voice teacher, my Celiane Unmasked, I loved her, told me, each note gets equal rights. So stop jumping ahead in the phrase and pay attention to just each individual note. Because I used to be afraid of the gift I got. I did. I used to be afraid of it. And being 17 singing opera, you was like, who wants to hear that? And that's when opera was dying. But I've learned to appreciate it. And so that's why I created my genre, electronica, hip opera. The elements I absolutely love in music that get my soul going is what I put in it, you know? So I just wanted to share that. And as we go through this process, there's going to be different things we're going to talk about in Celiane Unmasked. It may be things from the frustration of having to give up a show because my body is not feeling well. And we'll talk about that, to vocally just not being ready. And, you know, making sure we're 100% because we want to give our fans 100%. You know what I'm saying? You don't step out there half-assing your fans. You don't do that. So, and those are things that I think about. I didn't want to come out from behind the mask. I didn't. But I also understood that people need to get to see who Celiane the Voice is and what her path is to performing. And I'm going to tell you, it's not easy. My path to performing is not easy. It's a struggle because it's a full body sport. You heard what I said. Singing and performing is a full body sport. And when you have parts of your body that can't physically keep up due to pain, whatever, you have to adjust. So, I've had to recognize my body comes first because that houses the voice. And taking care of the body health-wise, not just what you eat, but working out and things like that, and drastic weight loss and things can change your voice. Stress can change your voice. Not drinking enough water, guilty, can change your voice. Because it's reaching for that moisture and doesn't have it in those vocal cords. Ooh, that right there. And then you're going to think you're going to try to breathe through those muscles? Yeah, you funny. Or that those muscles are going to work for you? Yeah, you funny. No. All of that. It is a full, everyday, full-time job. And that's something that people don't understand when you're a performer. And I didn't understand. That when you commit to perform and when you commit to sing, everything you intake, everything you put in your body, on your body, the exercise you make your body do, the emotions, the stress, the anxiety, the depression, all of that affects your singing and your performing. You may not be feeling it that day to get on that stage in front of those people. But then sometimes when you step out there, it's the people that make you feel at home. And it's the people that make you say, yeah, I can. Look at all this love I got. Come to see me. Psst, let's do this together. See, as a performer, for me, that's what does it. When I get to go out on that stage and I get to really interact with you all, and I get to act the fool, and make people laugh and make people smile. And then when they come up to me and they're like, you get it. You get it through your music. You get it. Thank you so much for singing to me. Absolutely. See, that right there is sharing love. And that's why I do what I do. For the love of it. That's why I was given the gift. For the love of it. So, I want to say welcome to Celiane Unmasked. And, at the end of this, you will have a song. So my goal is at the end of every one, you get a song of me singing rough, meaning singing raw. I don't do autotune because autotune actually throws my voice off key. So I can't. Yay. But you'll hear it raw, so it'll be very dry. I'm not putting any vocals on it. It's just me and my voice. That's it. You will hear imperfections of what I did. That's perfectly fine. You can tell me in the comments, you dipped here. Let's work on that breathing. And then the next time I sing and I didn't work on that, let me know. Joint effort, let me know. I thought you were going to work on, girl, if you don't work on that breathing, you can do this. I'm not one of those type of people that's like, I know what to do. No. Singing and music is a community effort. It is, because there's always someone else that's trying to be better and get better and know what to do. It's community effort. So collab with me. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? So thank you so much for tuning in. And I'm looking forward to it, actually. I was a little nervous about it. Like a little nervous coming from behind the mask. And I said, let's name that Celiane Unmasked. Let's let Celiane get real. That's what she does. And the journey of singing. The journey of performing. The journey of being. And then being in performance. So looking forward to it. And we'll be on this journey together.